morning and welcome once again to the press center of the Junior Eurovision Song Contest 2016. We're here this morning with Alex and Bryan from Australia. Welcome to Malta.
Thank you, thank you.
We've already welcomed you, but it's 2 days before the final afternoon, we can call it so. So it's on Sunday at 4 in the afternoon. You finished your rehearsals a few minutes ago. How was the rehearsals so far?
Yeah, it was really fun. The first rehearsal was, of course, a bit scratchy and, just trying to find, where to be on the stage. But the second rehearsal was really well. I love it. I love performing. I like, just having fun on stage and just you're doing the best that you can. But it is a rehearsal, so of course, you make mistakes, and that's what a rehearsal's for, after all.
So, I've been reading a little about you, and it seems that you've got quite good experience with a number of popular artists, especially in Australia, one of which is Delegation, for example, and a couple of others. Can you tell us more about you, and especially related to your experience in music?
Yeah, so I of course, when I went on The Voice Kids, I was 10. That's when I really started to branch out and find who I was as a person. And when I was about 3, that's when I kind of, I really liked listening to music. I enjoyed it, but I wasn't, as a 3-year-old, you don't know anything. But as a 10-year-old, I sort of knew where I was wanting to go. And now at 12, I feel, very passionate about what I do, and I love to sing, and I love to, I love looking up to other artists, Delta and Jessica Malboy, Dami Im, who was Eurovision last year, and I look up to them, and I want to be, like them one day. Yes.
Bryan, Australia has been participating in Eurovision for the last years. This is the second Junior Eurovision Song Contest participating in. How is it going back there in Australia? Is it becoming more popular, Eurovision, being that it's Eurovision, not Australia Vision?
Yes, it is. It's becoming more and more, especially now that we've been lucky enough and honoured enough to be allowed to participate in Eurovision. The audiences are just absolutely increasing exponentially. It's fantastic. So it just gets bigger and bigger every year now. And Junior Eurovision as well is starting to take a real foothold in Australia, and people are taking a real interest now, which is fantastic. And we're also, Bling TV and SBS are very excited and feel very fortunate that Alexa agreed to come and perform for us this year. So we're very excited.
Can we get to know more a little bit about the song? The song is titled We Are. What are we?
Good question. The song We Are is just about to stick together, friendship, never to lose that connection between other people, because we are a team and we are a family, and to never lose who you are as a person. And we have a voice to speak in this world. We have arms to fight. We are, we just are a family, and we should never ever lose loved ones. Yes.
That's nice, isn't it? I've also read that the song is also written by the composer of the same song, What Doesn't Kill You Makes You Stronger.
Yes, so 3 amazing writers wrote We Are for me: Ali Tamposi, Tanya Doku and Boy Wonder, who are just phenomenal writers. And yes, they've written for, the biggest stars, and it's just amazing, and I feel very honoured and very loved to have a song written by those 3 amazing writers, so I'm very, very happy.
And you're lucky as well to get these kind of composers helping you over with this project. So we can have some questions from the floor. So anyone who would like to ask a question, the procedure. We want to know who you are and where do you come from. I believe that Radio International will start the morning.
Good morning, hi, it's JP from Radio International. Alexa, tell me, you are supporting some charities, I read to you?
Yes, so I support the charity Child's Vision, which is, it's a great charity, and I love donating time and money to their foundation, and I love hanging out with the kids who are not as fortunate as me in this world, and spending time with them is really, I always have a very soft place in my heart for them, and I put them first before myself, and I give my time to them, make them, have a little part of their day happier than the rest of, their life. So I love giving my time to them.
Fabulous. One more question I have. What are nippers?
Yeah.
What is that? Tell us about that.
Yes, so Nippers is surf life saving, so it's about saving people's lives in the water. So, for example, you know, if someone's drowning in the water and, you know, if something happens, we know how to go out there, we know how to, you know, swim them back to shore. It's a real talent, I reckon, to learn that skill and to have, you know, that amazing life skill that you could use in, you know, the rest of the future. So I reckon that is really important, and, you know, it's also about having fun, you know, get to hang out with your friends at the beach. I mean, that's pretty cool if I do say so myself, instead of sitting at home, you know, playing video games. It's good to get out in the fresh air, get some sun, you know, it's so much fun. I love doing it, and I've been doing it for 8 years now, so I love it.
Fantastic, thank you. Last one I have is, you're originally from New Zealand, so why did you move to Australia?
So I wasn't originally from New Zealand. I was born on the Gold Coast, Australia. And so my dad is, his whole family's from New Zealand, and my mum's side's from England. So I have a bit of culture in my blood. But yes, they decided to move because I think it was just, you know, better education here. It's just, yeah, because I have a 17-year-old brother who, you know, is in the Air Force, and he just, it's a lot easier to make it in Australia, I guess, instead of New Zealand, which is a tiny little island.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You mentioned also this charity you are currently helping. Can you explain us more about the charity organization itself? What do they do? What do you do within the charity itself?
Yeah, so Child's Vision, they have the little handprint, which I guess is, you know, it stands for something. I'm not entirely sure. It's so much to remember, but Child's Vision is making a little difference in kids' lives who's not as fortunate as us, and just I love the charity, and it helps kids who are sick, or it makes them, they organise, you know, little kind of excursions for the kids so they can go out and just enjoy the day with their family, because you never know what can happen to them. And that's what Child's Vision is really about, giving kids opportunities to maybe not do they probably haven't done ever in their life, and, you know, just before something happens to them, at least they can have that, you know, that, oh, I went to swim with dolphins, or I went skydiving, and it's amazing to hear and see.
Okay, so any other questions, please? Okay, yes, of course.
Hi guys, you mentioned before, obviously the Australian fans are really dedicated of Eurovision. Now, normally, it's on in the early hours of the morning anyway, about 5 o'clock in the morning. There's a few hours early this year, so have you got your friends and family dedicated, are going to watch you live and support you?
It's a bit early in the morning, but I mean, my friends are very supportive towards me, and you never know, they might be up watching, texting me, Alexa, I saw you! I don't know, it's a hard one, because you don't know. You're on the other side of the world, and, you know, you don't know if they're watching or not, but I'm sure my family will be.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to be very supportive anyway, so good luck.
Thank you.
Another question back there, please.
Hi Alexa,
Hello.
Steve from ESCJ.
Yes.
You said your song is about we are a team. Obviously now you and Bryan are part of the Australian team here.
Yes.
I've heard you sometimes have slightly different opinions about how to film the song, and you have a very strong idea about how it should look like. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. Okay. I have very strong opinions to where you know, where the camera angles are, and of course Bryan has a say in most of it, which I guess is good, because, you know, sometimes I go off track and he kind of pulls me back on and says, no, I think this angle is a bit better. But I do have very particular, I'm very fussy when it comes to performance. I want everything perfect, I'm a perfectionist. Sometimes I go a bit overboard, I guess. I'm not afraid to say that.
At least you're being honest, so...
Yes, yeah, sure. I'm being very honest, and I like to have everything. I want the best performance, and I want the fans to have the best performance, and I want, you know, they give their time to watch me, and I want to give them the most amazing and energetic and loving performance that I can ever give to them. That's why I'm very particular on what I like, and so they get the best out of me, and I can give them everything that I have to them.
Yes, of course.
On that, Alexa has the line in the song, we are given these arms to fight. And I learned that the hard way. She's got a very strong right hook when you disagree with what she has to say in the viewing room. That's not true, but I think creative debates are good, and Alexa has some strong opinions, but they're also excellent opinions. And you know, for a 12-year-old, she's really very confident, has some great ideas about, you know, what she wants to do. So it actually makes my job a lot easier in a way, because she's very definite about what she likes, and so I then just try and shape that to make sure, you know, it works for television. But we've had some excellent creative debates, and we're still in talking terms, so it's very nice.
Hopefully you'll be by next Sunday. So okay, but you still have only one rehearsal, by 2 rehearsals tomorrow, and then the final afternoon on Sunday afternoon. I don't know if there are other questions. So okay, another one for Radio International. The microphone is.
Thanks very much. Alexa, you're the second person for the Junior Eurovision Song Contest for Ireland. Last year, sorry.
It's okay.
We're all a little bit tired this morning, so apparently everyone was to a party yesterday. So
the second person for Australia at the Junior Eurovision Song Contest last year, Ella Page.
Yes.
Did you have a chance to meet her? Did she give you any advice? Did you tell you anything how this all is?
So we were on The Voice Kids together. It was myself, Madison, and Bella, of course, and. I mean, of course, every singer has their competitive side, and it's a difficult one because I didn't bump into her at any time, and yeah, it's a hard one to explain because you don't really know what they're thinking if I'm here. I don't know what she thinks if I'm here, but I guess she's very supportive and they might be happy that I'm here. I'm not sure. I'm not in here.
You didn't talk to her before?
No, I didn't talk to her before. I mean, she's busy. She lives in Melbourne. I live in Brisbane. It's hard, but yeah, I just love all the contestants, and they've given. I guess the other contestants have given me like really great help, and you know they've been so supportive. So I love. The contestants, on Junior Eurovision 2016, they've been giving me so much
support. As I told you yesterday, that Australia is also an island, but it's a continental island.
Yes.